Try this again.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, this is Dwight.
And this is Ronnie. And we are on now on to What the F America. And our topics today are on the so-called election fraud, or with Russia hacking into, I guess, the voting booths and making Trump president.
All right, so you know that bald black man who reminds me of the guy from the Green Mile, Elijah Cummings, had a press conference and felt that there was a suspected hack, believed by Russia, in election results. And, you know, Jill Stein, who was the president for the Green Party, I'm sure nobody really knows who she is because no one voted for her really, and no one ever does. But she opened up investigations in some states. And a lot of people don't understand the Electoral College, but it's basically something that's basically useless at this point in the country. But it allows every state to feel like they were represented in the votes. So each state, depending on their population, I can't remember how many thousands.
Sounds like a Monopoly game to me.
Yeah, a certain thousand amount of people that live in your state counts as one electoral vote. So instead of counting each individual vote.
Or more.
So, you know, people started getting suspicious around the times when the vote was coming in and Hillary Clinton lost the Electoral College. However, she still beat Trump by somewhere around 3 million votes of the popular vote. And certain areas seem to have more voters than they ever had in the history of mankind that caused Trump to win. So, we know during the presidency, the run when, you know, we got to hear words like China and
Huge. Fantastic.
And when Hillary attempted to appear to be a human, we, you know, had that, and we saw that, you know, it seems like Hillary was pretty much guaranteed to win, and all of a sudden out of the blue, Trump won, and people protest, and, you know, no one wanted their vaginas to be grabbed.
No.
You know, that's the thing. No, I personally don't have a problem with, you know, grabbing someone's vagina. But, you know, I can see how other people have a problem with it being grabbed, I guess.
I guess so. Is that how you shake hands?
That's how, hey, that's how I met my wife. Yeah, just grab her by the... So, Jill Stein decided to sue, had a criminal investigation happen, have recounts happening, and now, as of today that we're recording this anyway, the Obama administration officially decided to open a review because it's become painfully obvious that something ain't right up there in them hills.
Yeah, pretty much, but we'll see what's going to happen. I mean, Trump hasn't been inaugurated yet.
As of the recording, he is not. It is not December 19th as of the recording. But Russia hacking our election. What is your thoughts of that, Ronnie Brown?
Well, in my opinion, I think using a foreign country as a blame of it being, you know, the electors have it, I just think it's ridiculous. I mean, it feels like we're in the Cold War all over again. You know, oh, Russia did this and Russia did that, so I guess when our streets have cracks in it, Russia did it too. But, you know, tit for tat. I mean, I'm not for Trump and I wasn't for Hillary. I mean, the whole election was just big circus to me. In my opinion, you know, blue or red, we're all dead. Don't matter to me. But the thing is, blaming a foreign country, I think is a little far-fetched.
Yeah, I definitely see how Russia would have states in it, like, you know, they can get out their rubles, and I don't know what Russia still does. I don't know how they actually function at this point. But I definitely see where their stake would be in having him over Hillary. If they did it, then, you know, that's a bit of amazement. I think that the country, I wasn't for Hillary or Trump either. I thought they were both poor candidates. I thought Trump was funnier than Hillary.
Yeah.
It'd be better to be a comedian than Trump be president.
Well, he is an entertainer.
He is an entertainer. And, but I think that a part of this is America. Like I tell my wife, it's like if you live on the East Coast or the West Coast, you assume everyone thinks like people on the East Coast or the West Coast. But there's a whole middle of the country that thinks far differently than us coast people. And people just don't want to recognize that people in the middle of the country are completely different from people on this coast. And I think that was a part of the shock. And people on the South, you know what y'all do.
Well, the South is changing too, surprisingly, and all. But
yes, us cousins marrying cousins.
I know getting that, actually getting that DNA blended in some more pots.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone keeps saying Trump knows Putin. I mean, he probably does. I don't know. There's no official sources that says he does or not.
His official stance is, I don't know Putin. I don't know what a Putin is. I don't know Putin. I've been to Russia a bunch of times and I've met a man. They never told me his name. I think it was Mr. Kraut. I'm not sure.
Well, that'd be German, but yeah, sure.
You know it's all the same.
German, Russian, it's all the same.
Now, Europe is huge.
It's huge, but yet small. Very small.
Way too many little countries there. You need to get that together,
I
Europe.
know. Well, they used to have a blend of big chunks of this and big chunks of that, but World War I and World War II changed all that.
War will do that.
But yes, but back to this election fraud. I mean, my opinion, yeah, I just think it's so far-fetched for Russia to hack. But I mean, it could happen. But I just think it's a distraction on, whatever. I mean, Hillary may have won extra votes and all, but, why they gotta throw somebody else into it? Oh, it's the Russians, I mean, if the dog pooped on your lawn, are you going to blame your neighbor or the neighbor across the street? It could have just been a passerby.
Yeah, just a stranger walking around crapping on lawns.
Yeah, so, I mean, you can't just be saying, oh, it's Russia, oh, it's China, oh, it's North Korea. And North Korea don't even have great internet.
Yeah, only thing they get is pictures of Kim Vong Choi, whatever the hell his name is.
Oh, I know. And he's our age, too.
What?
Yeah, you hear that?
No.
Yeah, he's our age and he runs a country.
He needs to moisturize.
Yeah, he needs a haircut.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
And he needs to lose some weight.
Yeah.
He needs a lot of stuff done. But we can't
talk about people who needs to lose weight.
Yeah, because we can't. But also we can't talk about the great leader either, because Lord knows they probably have our channel.
Yeah, don't hack our channel. We're not that technologically proficient to deal with a hacker.
As of now.
As of now.
But we'll get there.
Okay, so in other news.
What the F Hollywood? Oh, wait, are we on? No, sorry, dance too soon.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And more, what the F America. African American woman was kicked out of Victoria's Secret. I think some of you may have seen that video. So what happened was some other black chick was in Victoria's Secret stealing. So the manager decided, and to become manager of Victoria's Secret, you have to go through some stringent, extremely hard training. Like, they train them better than they train for the president.
You do?
No, not at all.
Okay. I was going to say, damn.
No.
For lingerie?
Yeah, first of all, it's pronounced...
Edible panties?
Lingerie.
Oh, lingerie.
Lingerie.
Was that French?
Yeah, I think it is.
Like French for spaghetti wear?
You damn straight. You suck it down.
I heard they were having bacon flavored ones out now.
I like natural flavor.
Oh.
But,
Tuna.
TMI. So, African American woman. So, this other woman who apparently spends thousands of dollars at Victoria's Secret because the economy hasn't affected her, she was also kicked out because the manager kicked out every African American person there because we all know each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently. Me and Condoleezza Rice, we have chicken and waffles every other Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do. And Barack Obama and I, we play golf about once a month, you know.
I wish it was consistent with white folk.
Yeah, but you know, only half of me can go.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah. So, the question is America getting more racist because Trump was nominated, so they feel like it's okay to show their racism? Or is the internet now just available in rural areas?
I guess so.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts? Well, when it comes to race relations in America, I think race relations have totally plummeted in the last few years. And I do think there has been a change since Trump has been elected. You know, I remember, like, when I was going around, because it's December now, Christmas is on its way, everyone's saying Merry Christmas like it was forbidden now. And I'm like, well, I've always said it. Why are you guys?
Christmas.
I know, and everyone's just like all with pride, like, Merry Christmas, we can say it again. I'm like, you could always say it.
Can you feel the
I mean,
brand new day?
was there like a total law that I wasn't aware about? You couldn't say Merry Christmas anymore? I mean, I know there was like the political correctness of Happy Holidays, but they didn't say you cannot say Merry Christmas. But I always say as a greeting, just so people don't get offended, I say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. So I can share my joy of Christmas and your holiday as well.
But I do feel as though people think it's okay to be racist.
Right.
Trump catered to people who are Hicks. And yes, some of you are Hicks. Not all of you. If you got offended by me saying Hicks, then you probably are a Hick. And he catered to that angriness that was in a part of America. So
And
now
was
that
fermenting for some time.
yes, and now that he is elected, people feel as though I can be as racist as I want. Screw you.
Right.
But then they get fired anyway, like that woman who looked like Louis Anderson in drag. Like, why would you say anything about Michelle Obama when you look like that?
You know, sometimes people are a little self-absorbing where they think they look good when they really don't.
To be clear, woman, you don't look good. Never talk about anything.
But in her eyes, she's probably freaking Madonna or whatever. You know.
Yeah, she could be Madonna now,
Yeah,
I guess.
now,
Yeah, now Madonna.
But I'll just remember her in the previous video. I'm a little nostalgic, so I'm catching up.
Yeah, he's thinking about borderline Madonna. While I'm thinking about the Madonna who was
Almost
58,
60
almost
years
60-year-old
old.
twerking in a car.
Married
the
to
other day.
what, a 22-year-old or something?
She's
like
not
that?
married to anyone.
Oh, he's not anymore. Okay.
No, she's
well,
not
see, I
married.
have a lot to catching up to do. And no, I was not under a rock.
No, as we discussed in earlier videos, bunk bed. So, with the racism, America, get it together.
Yeah, get it together. I mean, I have always said, racism is probably never going to go away, but it can be dimmed down in time. But
Yeah.
it will never go away, but it will be dimmed down in time if people just learn to live together, you know?
Yeah, well,
And just respect people's boundaries and so forth.
yeah, I think everyone has a little bit of racism. I am opposed to people who wear skinny jeans and sag their pants,
As an
especially if they're combined. Stop advertising your butt. That's what you're doing. If you want to go to jail and you want to be the prison bitch, just do it when you get to jail. Don't advertise it outside of jail so they already know what's coming.
And I don't know, is that across the country or is that just here?
That's across the country.
Oh, okay, they're doing it across the country. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, it must be a big trendy thing. How can they walk in that thing?
I don't know. And finally, and what the F America. So, a 9-year-old girl was fat shamed by Santa.
Fat shamed. Out of all people who fat shamed, Santa.
Now, I'm going to level with you. Some of y'all parents know your kids are fat as shit. Like, you know that they should not be on Santa's knee.
Put the tasty cakes down.
Stop feeding them.
When they want something, give them a carrot
Yes, there's nothing wrong with organic carrots.
or celery
Yeah,
with peanut butter.
or bell pepper.
Bell pepper.
Yeah. Now, Santa also should not, in spite of what Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer taught us, Santa should not be a jerk.
You shouldn't.
No, he shouldn't be a bigot, and he shouldn't be racist, and he should not be fat shaming. However, if you put your fat ass kid on my knee, I might have to say something to you, and you might have to pay for the surgery. If your kid weighs over 80 pounds, maybe Santa
When
should
they
be.
should have been way less than that.
Maybe they should stand beside Santa. Maybe they should give him a hearty handshake and you take that picture.
Or Snapchat.
Snapchat a picture of Santa, but do not get on his knee.
He's old.
Do you put your fat ass kid on your knee?
No.
I don't think so.
I know you know. I'm answering for you now.
No. Mm-mm. No. My daughter weighs 30 pounds,
As God intended right now.
as God intended. Do I think if she were 3 times as much that I would be throwing her on my knee? I would probably think about it first.
Yeah. In my day, we had this thing called playtime.
Yeah, when they went outside and played.
Yeah. And exercise.
And then this magic liquid called sweat came
Yeah.
and it cooled down the body and calories were burned.
Burn those cows. Burn them.
They were burned. You cannot play on a PlayStation, Xbox, or a computer and burn calories.
Yeah. And let them be more sociable. Interact with real people.
Yes, not just you.
Yeah.
And your kids cussing is not funny, so stop putting it on Facebook. Like, it's not funny.
Or dressed like, prima donnas.
And if your kid's ugly, stop putting them in my timeline. See, I was serious. I don't know why Ronnie is laughing at that. I'm dead serious. You know you have an ugly ass kid. You know you do. Do not post it. And if you have to post it, just one
But they
picture.
don't even know who you're referring to. Because they're all going to say, oh, my child's adorable. He
Oh
don't
yeah,
mean it."
I mean my kid. Or yeah, I know you're not talking about my kid. I might be. Damn it.
Sears took his picture.
Man. If the cameraman is hitting the button for the picture to go off and turning his head away, you have an ugly kid.
Well, as for me,
Damn it.
I just ignore it. I just, scroll down. I'm polite that way. That's what another difference of us is. He says it, I just smile and nod.
But we're not Santa. So Santa, if the kid's too fat, put up that be back in 15 minutes sign and go before it's time for him to go
Dad,
on your
put a
lap.
weight scale in front of the line.
Yes.
You gotta be this much to sit on my lap.
Don't make it in the public though. Have them go in the little fat booth.
Go in the little elf hut that you have near the tree.
Yeah, fat booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you won't fat shame. They'll just say, okay, well you have to stand next to Santa. But then of course, I don't know if they're gonna be able to fit in the picture, because the camera frames are small.
Another thing, you grown ass parents trying to get on Santa's lap too with the kids. Stop it.
Millennials.
Unless you're overtly sexy and you have at least 25 people who have confirmed that you are sexy,
Written
that is
paper.
that is not in your family,
Written on paper.
then you can do it. And you still have to have a weight issue. Now, if you a big black woman, ain't nothing wrong with being a big black woman, or a big white woman, or Mama June, whatever. If that's what you want to be, then you can be Mama June. But Mama June, do not get on Santa's lap.
Don't.
It is not made for that.
And it's not cute.
Penises can break.
No, well, I don't think Santa has much of that going on now.
You never know.
Too much tucked in the...
Could be a hung Santa. You go to Pornhub, you might find one.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that'll be the Santa we know.
And finally, we have our next segment. What the F Hollywood?
Oh, yes. What the F, Hollywood?
And I'm giving this one to Ronnie. Ronnie?
Okay, well, Well, you had as part of 50 Shades Darker, so I'm not really familiar with that. So can you enlighten me what the plot on that is? Is it a parody of 50 Shades of Grey, but like a black version?
50 Shades of Grey was a book that started off as Twilight fan fiction. So it was this poorly written book with a lot of spelling errors and grammatical problems. And people ate it up because it had mild sexual encounters in it. And, you know, I watched 50 Shades of Grey with my wife. I had no interest in watching it otherwise. And I watched it and I'm like, that's it? Like, that's kinky sex? Like, what's the worst you can do to me? And let me hit you on the butt 3 times? Is that, what?
I never seen it. I never seen 50 Shades of Grey, so I'm like totally in the dark on this.
Like, that's the most vanilla sex. I was like, oh, maybe I'll learn some moves, you know, you'd be able to get it in.
Up and grind.
But doing it strong, because I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. But no, that was a big waste. I've seen better sex scenes on stuff that comes on regular TV.
Oh,
So,
saying a lot.
50 Shades Darker is the sequel to 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, 50 Shades of Grey made no sense. They tried to stick the title into the movie. Still didn't make any sense. Yeah, so 50 Shades of Grey is for people who apparently have never gotten their clitoris touched and had a tingling sensation. And they think that what they're doing is kinky sex. Because what they do at home apparently must be just laying there and no penetration
So
occurs.
it's like typical basic foreplay.
Yeah, it's just, okay, I'll tie you up.
Oh, good lord. Who wants that? I don't understand about that whole thing about sex. What is sexy about being tied up?
I don't know. Janet made it seem sexy, Janet Jackson.
Well, you know, that's a music video. She's trying to sell it. I'm talking about like in the real situation.
Yeah, I don't trust anybody enough in the real situation.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm married, and I've been married for...
Because what I
well
think
over half
is
a
you get
decade.
tied up and then there you go, there's your cell phone a while gone.
Yeah,
And then you're jumping up and down the bed chasing.
yeah, they tie you up, and the next thing you know, they open your computer, and they're on
Come back.
Amazon, hammering stuff with your card.
Come back.
And you chase them down the street like the episode of Martin when Gina got her head stuck in the headboard.
Oh my.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Oh, good old days.
But that's 50 Shades Darker, a movie that I don't care about seeing.
Okay. Well, which is our next movie up? It's Star Wars, the Star Wars story, Rogue, about how the starship was built. Now, me being a Star Wars fan and all, and being a nerd and geek and everything, I mean, I'm curious to watch it. I'm curious because a lot of Star Wars movies let me down, you know? Even The Force Awakens had some of its moments, but it didn't, like, grab onto me.
The Force Awakens, from what I've seen, was basically Star Wars Episode 4, that they just stuck new characters in. Same plot, same name, everything.
Nah, well, yeah, but I'm just saying, but at least it started off with action, because Lord knows everything was dialogue in the other ones.
The one Star Wars that I saw in the theaters was like Episode 2 or something, when it was just like the Senate debates and you got to see filibusters and shit. Like, who wants to see that? I could watch C-SPAN for that.
Right, and that's what, like I said, I'm just curious because the trailer is selling it to me that it's going to be promising. It's going to have action. It's going to, you know, grab your attention.
That just means Ronnie found someone sexy in the trailer.
Oh, shut up. But that's pretty much I have on to it. But I am curious if it's going to continue with the storyline of having actual Darth Vader in it and all that stuff. But yeah, we'll wait and see. I do intend to see it, so I will give you feedback once that day comes. And then our next one is, and I can't wait for it, is the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Like, I am a comic book fan, so I knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy was before. It looks like Bug may be in this, and Bug was like a minor character in Guardians of the Galaxy years ago. The exciting thing is this one seems to be made for marketing because there's Baby Groot. So I'm sure you'll be buying your Baby Groot t-shirts, Baby Groot toys, Baby Groot tampons, everything that they have for Baby Groot.
Yes, but he is a cute Groot.
And condoms, baby Groot condoms, because not every man can be a big man.
Oh wow. So there ain't gonna be no platinum groups.
No, no big Groots. Here's the little Groots for you smaller men.
But if you all haven't seen the trailer yet, there is like some mystery about it. It doesn't even give you a date. It just says 2017. So I'm not even sure when it's coming out.
There is a release schedule. Marvel released their release schedule for their movies quite a bit ago for multiple movies. Now, everything is always subject to change, but let's just look.
Probably that's why it has an open year on it, because they don't know.
But it's slated for May 5th, 2017. And it stars the normal, lovable Rag Bunch cast.
Yeah.
And it's a Marvel movie, so you know it's going to be pretty good, at least watchable.
I mean, out of all the Marvel movies, I did enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy. That's why I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see Gamora and Drax and Groot and Star-Lord and all that good stuff.
And they played a lot of nostalgic music.
And they took Chris Pratt and turned him from a powder puff to Muscle Man. So Marvel, call me if you need me to do a movie, because I could use the abs.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they have good trainers too.
Yeah, so that's in May, Guardians of the Galaxy
Till
Volume
further
2.
notice.
Unless otherwise changed, which we know it probably won't, because Marvel kind of owns movies at this point, and everyone else tends to suck in comparison.
I understand that.
Other movies. Now, one movie that is out now on Blu-ray and DVD that we both saw, Ronnie saw it in the movie theaters on his date, and I saw it at home with my wife, which I was very afraid to watch with, because my wife, my wife, oh, you talk about middle of the road, center of the country Republican, but with Sausage Party, Sausage Party.
Sausage Party.
Sausage Party is about food that comes to life when no one's around or whatever. They're always alive and we don't pay attention to it. And basically it is a standard super left-wing agenda Hollywood type movie that wants to be about...
To the core.
Yeah, to basically just to try to drive in that there is no God.
Exactly. Emphasis on no God and all that stuff, and, you know, enjoy life while you're here, so that means just fornicate when you want to.
Do it to everybody.
Yeah,
that's
just
the whole purpose of the movie. Yeah. STDs don't exist if you're food, so just do it to everybody. People on the other hand...
E. coli, that's about it. E. coli and salmonella.
So, that's true. But, yeah, the movie... Even if it didn't have that agenda, which, you know, I can ignore, it wasn't funny to me.
For me, I thought it was going to be funny due to the fact that it was an animation that was cussed, you know, like a Pixar animation. I thought it was like, oh my gosh, this is so out. I'm like, I got to see this. But when I watched it, it wasn't like I didn't like it or I liked it. I was just more in awe because of the message it had.
And the cussing wasn't funny. Like, cussing can be funny if it's timed well.
Well, like in Baltimore.
But if it's like constantly cussing, like...
Right, it just loses its flavor.
Yeah.
That's what I say. You flavor it.
Right.
You know, just to make it funny. I mean, I'm not saying cussing's cool, but here in Baltimore, people do it for the flavor of a story or a joke. And when you do it too much, it just loses its meaning.
So... Go see Sausage Party on a red box. Make sure you return it within a day, so you only spend the $1.29. Other than that,
it's $1.29 now.
Yeah. Other than that, wait, or $59, depending on where you live. Other than that, wait for it to come free on TV, because, woo.
Yeah, woo is the right word.
Yeah. I was so.
And if you're a type that likes watching movies high, don't.
Yeah. Well, you might want to watch that high.
Well, I don't know. That'd probably really flip them out.
Yeah, that may have you molesting your popcorn or whatever.
That or talking to it.
Yeah. Well, that's it for us for today.
What the F Hollywood?
Like us on Facebook, Class 702. or you can also subscribe,
Yes, subscribe,
hit the like button,
like.
and leave comments, because Facebook wants you to leave no? What is this? YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Well, Facebook wants you to leave comments too, but YouTube really wants you to leave
Oh, I
comments.
know, they're just grinding it on there, grinding it.
Grinding, and not the sexy kind of grinding.
No, not that either. More like, you're our bitches now, make us money, grind.
Yeah, and I haven't been a hooker in years, so
And
I'm
I'm
not as
too, and I'm just so overweight for the pole.
Yeah, gotta brush up on this pole work.
Oh, man, it's been years.
Oh. See you next time.
See you next time.